they're going to take out one of our best players because you couldn't take a hit? That's a joke.
I'm going to leave you with 2 words. Be the final 2 words for this summer. No goal.
A look back at some of the many memorable moments for Sabres head coach Lindy Ruff. Can he return some of the magic now for the hometown team? Good evening once again. Jeff Russo along with 7 Sports Director Matt Beauvais inside KeyBank Center, where today Lindy Ruff, the winningest head coach in Sabres franchise history, kind of laid out his plan for his second stint here with the Sabres, and really setting the tone from day one, Matt.
Yeah, listen, when they cleaned out their lockers a week ago, accountability was a buzzword that we heard time and time again. I don't think that's a word you have to worry about with Lindy Ruff as your head coach. He is going to absolutely get the most out of these players. But I found it very interesting today when we heard from him as he was reintroduced to the fan base and to the media. This was not a slam dunk. When he was first approached about the job a week ago, he did not immediately say yes. He said he wanted to think about it, but as he weighed his options, he really likes the decision he made, and he thinks this team could really be onto something special.
I was questioning myself, why would I do this? Then I came to a point, why wouldn't I? Because I'm a risk taker. And I think if there's no risk, there's no reward.
Lindy knows how to win, and he knows how to take a team to another level. He may be the most competitive person I've ever met in my life. He's also not going to ask anyone to do something that he wouldn't do himself.
And I'll say this again, I'm humbled by the opportunity I'm getting, because I get a chance to do something that I wasn't able to do as a player. Then I became the coach of the team and didn't succeed what I was set out to do, and now I'm getting one more opportunity, which I really feel I'm blessed to have that opportunity.
And pretty cool, some of his new players were at the press conference today, including Alex Tuck, who is a Syracuse native who grew up a Sabres fan because he was neighbors with Tim Connolly, who was on those teams that this Sabres roster with Lindy Ruff, they had so much success. And you caught up with one of Tim Connolly's teammates
I certainly did. I found it interesting today that Lindy Ruff said the core of this current team reminds him a lot of those celebrated teams back in 05 and 06, 07. And the player that I caught up with today was Marty Baron, who played under Lindy Ruff in his first go-around here, former Sabres goaltender, of course. I caught up with Marty this morning, and he tells me it really was Ruff's intensity and tough approach that helped push the Sabres to success. In the end, again, Ruff remains the winningest coach in Sabres franchise history. But does that approach, that tough approach, translate to today's modern NHL? I asked Baron about that this morning.
100% his approach, Lindy's approach, translate to today's game, and he adjusted throughout the many years that he's coaches. The greatest coach of all time, Scotty Bowman, in my opinion, was able to adjust. And I'm not saying Lindy is where Scotty was, but the coaches that stick around, the coaches that are going to have success for many years are the coaches that are able to adjust and not just, do it in their own ways from 30 years ago. And Lindy is that.
Baron believes Ruff is still a really good coach that should fit in well with the current talent on the Sabres roster. So plenty of nostalgia here today, but it's going to come down to wins. Still, the Sabres do think they have the right guy.
I was waiting today for Sabretooth to come down out of the rafters in the middle of the press conference, maybe have a little bit more nostalgia with us, but clearly I think the fan base is really energized by this move. We will see how it translates on the ice, but one thing I can tell you for certain, this team will be much readier to play out of the gate next year than they were this past year.
Yeah, through his years as both a player and a coach, Lindy Ruff knows what this franchise means for this community. Can he be the spark to get this team back into the playoffs and beyond? That mission starts today, day one. For Matt Beauvais, I'm Jeff Russo.